Hello everybody, and welcome to Fire Emblem 1, Dark Dragon and the Sword of Life. Sword of Light, off to a great start. Anyway, I am GamesBrained, also known as Shane, and I'm going to be taking you through Fire Emblem 1. First, we're just going to take a quick look at the opening and get to know some of the units that we'll see in the very original Fire Emblem game. So first we have the Social Knight. Horse-mounted unit. They excel in movement and have balanced attack, defense, and speed. Armor Knight. Encased in heavy armor, they excel in defense but lack speed and movement. Pegasus Knight. Pegasus-mounted knights. They excel in speed and movement. Paladin. Experienced social knights who've promoted. All abilities exceed that of an S-Knight. Social Knight. Dragon Knight. Experienced Pegasus Knights who ride a dragon. They boast overwhelming strength. Mercenary. Hired soldiers and combat experts. They excel in skill and speed. Fighter. Axe wielders from frontier lands. Strong but lacking defense. Pirate. They wield axes like fighters and can move on sea. You only get one pirate in the entire game. Thief. Village destroying rogues. They've low power and can open chests. As you can see, the translation for this is very strange. Hero. Talented mercenaries become these swift swordmasters who land many criticals. Archer. Armored bowmen with high defense. However, they lack movement. See, they don't really have high defense, though. Hunter. Forest and mountain combat skilled bowmen. But they lack defense. Shooter. Units who use projectile weapons. They exceed in power and defense, but lack movement. Horseman. Bow users with high speed and movement. They land many criticals. It's interesting that they don't list the speed on this screen. Sniper. Archers with high experience. They are powerful bowmen. Yeah, they are. Commando. They've low power, but they can transform into ally units. Mamcute, or Manakete. A race which can transform into dragons. They used to rule the world. Magician. They cast offensive spells with tomes. Powerful against generals. Not especially. I mean, they do about the same damage to everyone. Cleric. They use staves to heal and raise defense, but cannot attack. Priest. Magicians and clerics promote to these strong magic users. Lord. Arishia's prince, who was dethroned by Durhwa. I guess that's another country. He's the player's main unit. That's Marth, of course. General. Knights sent by Durhwa. They're highly trained in attack and defense. Their movement is so-so. Alright, so that's a brief introduction to all of the units in this game. Full disclosure, this is actually my third time playing it. However, that's because after playing and recording through my entire second playthrough, you can see I have 2 files at the final stage. There's 25 chapters in this game. Yeah, after recording an entire playthrough, I realized that my Mission 1 and Mission 2 did not save properly. Or sorry, they did not render properly from my video editor. Everything else is fine, though. So we're going to start a new game on File 1. And here I can let you guys know a little bit about how I'm going to be handling this Let's Play. First, let's get into the story. Marth's quest. Prince Marth. Princess Sheeta has arrived from Talus Castle. What's wrong, Sheeta? Has something happened at the castle? I wish I could speed up this text already. Prince Marth, I'm so happy to see you. The pirates of Garda suddenly attacked us. The castle has been taken and many people have been killed. Please save my father. It'll be alright, Sheeta. Arishia's courageous knights are inside this fortress. We won't lose to a gang of pirates. Now, come with me to Talus Castle. Okay, so, a couple things about this Let's Play. as much as it's fun to see this game in its original, like, playstyle, it is way too slow. Like, I'll just play a couple turns at the beginning here to demonstrate what the speed of the game is like. It's like, even though this horseman's moving, he goes so slowly. So what I'm going to be doing for most of this Let's Play from a certain point in the middle of this battle is I'm going to be doubling the speed of the game. But when I do that, here you can have a listen. The music is kind of ruined by doing that, but the gameplay is much smoother. It's like a modern Fire Emblem game. There, that actually seems like the speed a horse should probably run to attack someone. But let's put it back to original speed. I don't want the audio to be all messed up, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to modify the game to turn off all sounds and music except for the little blippy sounds. That way you can still hear like a slashing sound. And that's going to make the gameplay a lot smoother. And in post, I'm going to go back in and add in audio. I'm going to add in the game's music back in so that we can still get the experience. And we don't have to play the game at this speed here. Another thing that I'll be doing in this playthrough, and since I already finished the game, and that's going to be what you're going to... that's going to be the playthrough that you're going to be seeing after Mission 2. I can tell you that I'm doing a no-death run. I don't want to leave any spoilers. It's not a perfect no-death run, but it's about as close as you can possibly... Not possibly, but probably kind of fairly get in this game. I'm going to be avoiding quick saving and quick loading where I can, but there are some situations later on which are just insane, so... It's not going to be a perfect no quick save, no quick load run. Mostly just to dig myself out of terrible RNG luck. Where, you know, I have perfect strategy, but the enemy landed a critical, so that's an insta-death. Nothing you can do about it. Stuff like that. Even very late in the game, where my characters have maximum HP, if the enemy lands a critical, they can still just wipe you out in one hit. So it's totally random. Prince Marth, good to see you. The villagers gathered 10,000 gold. Buy weapons with this and save this country. Yeah, so in this game, Marth can go to these villages and talk with the people there, and he'll often get different things from that. He'll sometimes get items or gold, or sometimes new characters to add it to your army. Now, I think even in Mission 1, there's a character that you can recruit by talking to them, but I think it's about time that we switch to the faster style, so y'all don't have to watch me slowly slogging through this mission. So, let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, and we're back, and we're running the game at double speed now, so it's going to be a lot smoother to watch. Hopefully with the background music, you know, it's not going to line up with the enemy turn gets their own theme, and I get my own theme, but should be pretty close at least. Now, even on mission number 1, you can lose some of your soldiers very easily. You have someone like Jagan here who could basically kill everyone on his own, but your other soldiers are vulnerable. By the way, I need to check if any of these characters have a name, which means that I can probably recruit them, most likely with Sheeta. I know it's pronounced Sita, but in this game they added the SH, so it's Sheeta here. Guard a pirate. Gazak is the final boss. I don't think there's anyone to recruit on this mission. Just a bunch of pirates, and you get, I think his name is Deimos, the pirate, later on in the game. Okay. I need to bring Marth to it. Oh, there's an armory right there. I never used that before in this first mission. Okay, so he's got some basic items there. Nothing too amazing. Oh, Jagan's kind of trapped. Before this playthrough, or I should say the playthrough that I recorded, I went in and looked at what characters are really good in what places, and like who has good character growth. I'll go ahead and try to cover what I think I covered the first time around when I played this. But yeah, so in Fire Emblem games, your characters are not all equal across the board. Like, when they gain levels, they'll get, you know, certain amounts of stat gain, but some characters get better amounts of stat gain. You know, like one character might just get +1 HP, another character might get +1 HP, +1 strength, +1 skill, and +1 whatever. And so, over time, that makes a big difference in their stats. So, a character like Jagen, who's incredibly powerful right now, he gains like nothing from leveling up, so it's actually kind of a waste giving him experience. Later in my playthrough, I found a use for Jagen, which I was really, really proud of. I guess you'll see that in later episodes. But yeah, so I saw like Cain and Abel, great names by the way. They have so-so stat growth, but since they start at level 1 here, I can raise them up to level 20, and then at level 20, actually, anytime after level 20, you can promote a unit by getting a special item in this game, and so that promotion puts them back to level 1. So if you think about each level as a chance to get some stat gain, what that really means is that, hold on, just need to think of my turn here, is that if I have someone at level 1, they get 20 stat gains, and then if I promote them, they can get 20 more. And so by that time, you'll probably max out most of their stats. Well, that archer's still alive, eh? Okay, got the archer out. A little bit worried about these 3 pirates who are about to come in this time. Also, as you can see, when I select a unit, there's no, like, blue marker to show where they can and can't move to. So you just gotta kind of feel it out. It's really not that hard to do, to be honest. But what makes it difficult is things like movement modifiers. For example, this pirate is moving through water, so he has a movement modifier. He has a movement of 6, but, like, how much does that movement? Does this count as water? So is that -2, -2? 1, 2? I really don't know, and it's not completely possible to tell just yet. Let's see. This guy's at full health, right? Sita is also at full health. I guess I'll see if she can hurt him a little bit. Yeah, Sheeta's not incredibly powerful or anything. She can grow to be quite strong, but by the end of the game, she's not going to be as useful as other Pegasus Knights that you can get who have better stat growth than her. There's really a kind of a downplay on the main characters of this game. Like, both Sita and Marth have very limited usefulness. Sita can promote, so she's actually a better character than Marth. Marth can only get to level 20, he can't promote, so he doesn't get very powerful late in the game. Okay. Early in the game, though, Marth is plenty strong. You know, he's fine. I guess by getting a certain item late in the game, it does make him a little bit overpowered. That's an item that makes him invulnerable to damage by anyone except, I think, dragons. But by that time, it's that weapon that he has to hold isn't super powerful. I'm sure if you know anything about Fire Emblem, you'll know exactly what that weapon is called. But yeah, it's somehow not that good against dragons, despite it's supposed to be a dragon-killing weapon. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good at taking these people out. And I'm hoping that y'all are finding the Let's Play to be a lot more watchable thanks to the speed increase. Come on, Marth, kill him. Nice. Just one pirate left. He's probably going to go right for Marth, because they always go right for Marth. Little tip if you want to play this game yourself. Use Marth sparingly, but understand that you can completely use him as a distraction tool. That if he's in range, enemies will, like, if you have an archer who could easily kill a Pegasus Knight who's in a bad position, just put Marth somewhere nearby, and they'll ignore that free kill that they could get and go for Marth. It's pretty remarkable. Oh, that's right, this is the character that I can get. Not this one, but in this village, there's a character that Marth can recruit. Everyone's looking kind of injured right now, so we're gonna heal up. To heal up here, I'll put one of my characters in one of these fortresses, and every turn they gain usually 4 to 6 health. I thought it was a consistent number, but I've checked and checked before, and I've been wrong about that. Early in the game, these forts are just a way to heal your units before you can start doing really consistent healing later on. Because on top of needing a healer, you also need healing items, and you also need a shop that sells healing items. And if you can see how I just kind of launched into this battle, there is no kind of greater menu that controls things. Okay, Gordon needs health. So, to manage things like healing and items and what everyone's carrying and your storage, you need to move the characters to places on the map and then manually do it 1 action per turn until everyone has done what you want them to do. So like right now I want Marth to heal. Okay, he's got to move out. Okay, we'll go with someone else. Park him there, and then end the turn. New turn, move him out. Move the next character in, park him there, end the turn, wait, end. Okay, move him out. Move the next character in, park them there, end the turn. And that's really what managing this game is, and that's where most of the tedium comes from. I think it's a really, really interesting, like, first entry into this later, rather grand strategy series. But it's far from perfect in its first iteration. But actually, you know, playing through the game a full second time, when I finished it the first time, I was like, okay, that was really tedious. I enjoyed, you know, kind of learning the game a little bit, but I don't think I'm ever going to play it again. And then when I realized I wanted to review it, and not only that, I want to do full Let's Plays of these games that I'm going to be reviewing in series, not only to gather footage, but also as a way to kind of to encapsulate my thoughts about the game. I can always go back and watch myself playing and talking about it, getting frustrated or getting really excited about something. That I thought, okay, I'll play it again. I really want to get to the later games because I still have not played any other Fire Emblem games besides this one. I guess, yeah, I don't think it's fair to count Fire Emblem Warriors because that's such a different experience. So I really want to get to the later ones, but I still gave this one a full second playthrough, and actually knowing which characters to use and spending quite a bit of time doing fast-forwarded grinding makes this game really a lot of fun when your plans and your characters all come together. Everyone's doing so much damage, and your kind of forward-thinking plans are firing on all cylinders. It kind of works out how if you do like a lot of preparation work in a game like Demon's Souls and you plan out your build, even though there can be frustrating parts, with Demon's Souls a couple specific bosses come to mind, you can have so much fun with it to just watch it all come together. That's a similar experience to playing this again. Of course, this game isn't as good as Demon's Souls, but you know, it's the process of overcoming a monumentous task. Yeah, Marth, tank it. You're gonna have to go off and heal again. Gordon the Archer. Good old Gordon. Nice. Yeah. Okay, and now the only enemy left on the field is this guy. Gazak the pirate is holding a steel axe. So he will never move from that castle, which means he has increased dodge chance, because he has good land, I guess. Which means that I can slowly surround him and attack him from every angle possible. He has a steel axe, so he actually can't hit anyone with a projectile weapon. However, usually these people in the forts, they have increased defenses against archers, but what they don't ever have is increased defenses against magic users. So magic users are some of the safest ways to take any of these so-called final bosses, as long as they don't have a projectile weapon like a javelin, or they never have a bow, but, well, actually one of them has a bow, and it's the easiest fight of the game. I'm Cleric Riff. I can't fight, but I can heal. Allow me to join you. In this game, bow users can't attack anyone that's directly in front of them, so one way that you can take them out of fights, especially if you want a specific character to kill them and get experience, is just surround them on all four sides with your characters, and then they can literally do nothing. As long as you don't move someone into their way, they're useless from then on out. It was a way that I got experience for certain characters that can't use the arena, which is kind of a way of grinding. Oh, it even starts with a silver spear. Wow, it's a very high-level weapon for this early in the game. Weapon level 10. I guess you need at least weapon level 10 to use those spears. Okay, Sita attack this guy next. It's funny, I can attack these bosses at this point in the game without being super worried about something going terribly wrong and me losing someone. I would always quick save before these bosses later on, because literally anything could happen. Anything terrible could happen. But this one's not so bad. Mission 1 and 2 are pretty fair, actually. Bad stuff can still definitely happen, but you'd have to really bumble your way into it. You've made it here safely, Prince Marth. Thank you. So you'll travel to Orleans. I'll send Captain Ogma and his brave soldiers to assist you. Let me tell you that you will encounter people who are bitter to Durhwa. Some are imprisoned or fighting against their own will. Search for them and fight with them as allies. It's time, Prince Marth. I wish you good luck on your journey. Fight with your heart.